Well everybody, welcome down to Old Allens again. It's Saturday night now, it's about 10 o'clock. Me and Worm are going to hunker down in the hut tonight and then we're going to get on with work in the morning. The hut is an absolute tip at the moment. I'll just show you that now. Oh my god, look at this corner here. So I'm going to get all of that stuff cleaned out and sort of tidied up and organised and decide what I need here and what I don't and what needs to go home. And then the main objective tomorrow is to try and turn the hut round. Oh, excuse me. I want to rotate it 90 degrees to have it in the orientation that I first had it in when I got here, because a friend of mine who stayed down here with me recently, he sort of said, now I've got the roundhouse and where the door is on the roundhouse, it makes sense to turn the hut round again, because it makes the window will then fit the hut, the door will be more accessible from the roundhouse, you know, and actually I've got more privacy from the road now anyway. So yeah, what he said makes an awful lot of sense. So I'm going to try and spin it 90 degrees. Now it hasn't moved for about 2 years and I haven't got my winch. I'm going to try and use a Flip Flop Winch because I think I've got enough rope and stuff in the van, but I need to check that in the morning. Morning campers. 7:40 and just woken up. Here's my view from the cabin. I've just let the dog out to go and bark at the world. So I've got a nice view of green and out this window. What a nice view of the shiver tree, or the poplar, give it its proper name, and the May blossom, because we are in the very merry month of May. Breakfast kettle on the go, and I've started loading into the hut stuff already, and as you can hear, Wilma is securing the perimeter. This is going to take a while. A big bowl of porridge for the breakfast. I've got the coffee, and it is a beautiful morning. It's not going to be long till I take this jumper off. Shirt sleeve order. There's the poplar, commonly known as the shiver tree. The ash, now in full leaf. A small Wilmy enjoying the sunshine. And over here is sun flare again. Cover that up. There we go. There's the hut, which I'm going to spin through 90 degrees. So the overhanging end, which has got the door on, where the roof overhangs, that is going to be facing the camera now. That's the plan. One thing I do need to sort out is the electric cable from the wind turbine. So it comes out of the base of the tower here and then runs into the hut. Now I've got a load of slack in there. I'm going to have to pull that out and just hope it's enough. Hope there's enough slack to do the turning that I need, because obviously this corner is going to end up sort of over there somewhere. Well, at least that's the plan. The solar panel, obviously, because the cable just run down from the roof, that's not a problem. I'll just have to sort of turn that round afterwards, because obviously it's going to be pointing in the wrong direction, so I just need to sort of reset that panel. Welcome to the internal battery storage area, which is under the bed. Got two car, well, one old van battery, one old car battery, and one sort of dedicated sort of deep cycle battery, which I was given very kindly by Mr. Chandler, who
sort of got one from a mate of his or something. So very, very pleased about that, because to be honest, that battery on its own is probably enough to run everything I need, more than enough I should think. But with them all linked up together, I've got loads of power. I should be able to power a fridge and things for events if I need to, without any problems whatsoever. But that we don't need to worry about too much. That's just the inverter for getting 240 volts. This is the wind turbine controller. So obviously my big thick cable runs into the back of that, and then the power comes out of that into the batteries, because obviously that's the regulator that keeps everything safe. The solar regulator is up on the back wall there, so that just again, solar panels go direct into that, and then from that the power comes out, and I've got power here. So this is the cables coming in. These are the that's the power going out to the batteries, and this here is like a direct feed which just comes into this little cheap little 12 volt thing, and my lights are on that. The radio is in there, so lights, radio, and I'm just charging up another battery bank there for charging the mobile phone up, although I can charge the mobile phone from that direct, but I just wanted to try that out today, and somehow I've managed to bring a caterpillar in here with me, so I'm just going to get that little fella back outside. Right, all of the stuff that I'm going to load out is loaded out. There's a whole heap of stuff over there, load of mess. I've extended the cable out of the hut, as I say, because to give us enough slack. So this is the slack on that cable, which should be fine because I want the front end down there, so it shouldn't be a problem at all. Let's move that pole out of the way. Then the next thing I've got to do here, I've got the cable for the wind turbine. I'm going to have to drop this out of the way, so I'm going to have to disconnect this one, and then because the base is on a hinge down here, it's just bolted onto a hinge, so I can lay the turbine over into the tree there. Sorry, over into the tree there. That should also have the effect of moving this cable far enough out of the way of the corner of the roof. The idea is to spin it basically on the spot pretty much, so block one wheel, move one wheel at a time, then do the other wheel, etc, etc. So that's the plan. Whether or not that works, wait to see. Here's the hut as it is now, looking quite barren. Just put all the books and things on the bed, taking down the pictures in case there's one left there, in case they pop off the wall. Everything else in here is down or fine, you know, it's not going to be a problem. Well, this is one of the bits where the smug me hates to share it, but we have to share these things. I forgot when I unhooked the line over there, the support line, the guy line for the wind turbine. I forgot as I unhooked it just how heavy the turbine is, and obviously it started to go towards the tree. It then went straight through the tree, and of course I've got no chance of stopping it, so it came crashing down into the woods, and I've smashed the plastic top, because obviously this landed down. Fortunately the blades are okay, everything still turns all right. That looks like it might need some tightening up or adjusting or something. There's an Allen key fixture in there. You know, there may be that that's on a free-ish spindle, but anyway, everything seems to be okay other than that plastic front. But obviously the plastic front will increase the, without the plastic front, it'll increase the wind resistance on the front there. So I will have to try and find a replacement or obtain a replacement for that. It's just a clip-on front. I might be able to glue it back together possibly. It's coming to 3 pieces, maybe that would be the easier thing. If I can get it back together, but I don't hold out much hope of that because it's just a bit of plastic. But there we go. So now I've got to make myself a little stand to put that on, so it's out of the way for the winching. Time to lift up the support legs. But the hut is now balanced on its axle, which surprises me actually that it hasn't dropped at the back there, but I'm very pleased about that. I've got my winch cable set up, I'm tied on to the trailer. Just to give you a very quick rundown of how the Flip Flop winch works. Okay, very simple. Let's just deconstruct this temporarily. So you can see what I've done. Right. Anchor point over yonder in the woods. It's the base of a tree. Thing I'm pulling, other side. This is my drum pole. This is 90 degrees to the line of desired pull. Okay. Now, this is already tied on. That's tight. Make a loop, or not even a loop, it's a bite. Push it under there. Get your other pole. Pass it up there. Okay. That sits on there. 90 degrees to the other pole, so that's in line with the pull. Then you wrap that round there, and you pass this line that was underneath from the other side of the loop, or the bite, because it's not a proper loop, and you take it over the top of that log, and then you tie it off on what you're going to pull. So having already repositioned the trailer to this point using that system, I've just had to reset the line because I've been pulling it around from one round sort of sideways. Now I need to pull it in a straight line briefly. So just going to reattach and get on with it. So here's a bit of excitement. Well, here's a bit of excitement. I'm busy setting the hut at the moment, getting it level. And I came around the other side of the hut and I could hear this well, swarming sound, which is unusual. So I looked around, and sure enough, way up in the top of that tree, well, I say way up, that's about 20 odd feet in the air, excuse my shaky hands. It's a colony of bees swarming, and they're gathering on this branch while I've been stood here. Oh God, sorry, I'll just zoom out, make it a bit easier. Excuse the noise of the zoom. So you can see them centre of shot now. While I've been stood here, that cluster has got bigger and bigger, and the bees are sort of like settling in to the area. Now I've just phoned the beekeeper who keeps his bees in the wood here, and he only checked them the other day, his bees. So he said at that time there were no queen cells in there, and they would take quite a while to make new queen cells. So he doesn't think it's out of his hives. But he said it is possible, but he didn't see any queen cells when he was there, so it doesn't seem like it's going to be his. But there are other beekeepers locally, and I think what he's going to do, because he said it's too high to get them out of the tree there where they've clustered, that's too high, and I can totally see why. I mean, it's beyond the reach of a ladder. You know, you'd need rope access to get up there, and to be honest, you're not going to want to do that in a bee suit, I don't suppose. But yeah, what he's going to do, I think, is come over and bring another box with him, another beehive, and then it's possible that those bees, wherever they've come from, will move into a hive set up just in the woods, because his bees are only about 30 metres in a direct line from those, so it's possible that they will find a hive if he puts one in there for them. Here we are then, one shepherd's hut basically relocated. Ooh. Hello. I've got final sort of setting to do on everything, but that's spun 90 degrees, so now let's hold that door out of the way a sec. You can see how the doorway works better with the shepherd's hut, because rather than being 180 with the roundhouse door, sorry, rather than being 180 degrees to it, it's just sort of, you know, 90 degrees or just on the side of it, so that's lovely. Much more social, you know, you could sit here and you've got where the picnic bench is always out there, that's all good. When the sort of front opening of where the riptole tarp is there, where that is, when that's open, you know, that makes for a much more communal area. And obviously if I'm in here, let me just check it's not going to move too much if I step in it now. You know, where the kitchen area is here, faces directly out to the shepherd's hut, to the roundhouse, sorry. And I've got a southerly aspect window on this side, which is lovely, and I can look out down the field if I want to. Go ooze out there. So that's, I'm pleased with that. That's very, very good. What I've done to help me level the shepherd's hut, because I didn't have a spirit level with me, is I simply used a lid from one of the cooking pots with some water in it, which you may or may not be able to see, just to give me an idea of level on that lip, the internal lip there. So I'm pretty much set now. All I've got to do is get the feet set, have a bit of a tidy up, and then I can start loading things back in, which will be brilliant. Here we are then, end of the day, and got the
got the work done, which is fantastic. So here is the hut from the other side. So there we are, we can see the different aspect now. Roundhouse, shepherd's hut back where it was, roundhouse or toadstool house or shaggy ink cap house, nicely lined up there. Turbine, as you can see, is back up, but with its damage on the front there, you can see it's missing its front cone. That's unfortunate, but hopefully I'll be able to get a replacement for that. This is looking outside of the, effectively the kitchen window. There's the work surface there, there's the roundhouse there. So if you've got people cooking in there, or you've got some extra stuff going on in here, or there's people sat in there and people sat in here, all good. The side table, which if I just pass the camera out the window, just there, is obviously a great now prep area for the group if there's a group in there, so that's all good. I've actually got the possibility of a what would have been a trailer tent kitchen unit that I should be able to replace this rusticy basic thing with. That would be great if I got that, because the cooker unit is in the corner, the sink is in the middle, and then there's a draining board on this side, and it's going to be slightly longer than this. It's also got cupboards underneath, so more storage, which is brilliant. Yeah, everything moved fine, all good, but that is the time. It's 4:04 in the afternoon. I've got to get a wiggle on because I haven't eaten anything since I had that porridge this morning. That was about 9 o'clock when I ate my porridge. So yeah, I'm pretty hungry. Wilma's pretty hungry. It's been a long day, we're tired. Gonna get loaded out and get home. The only thing I've got left to do actually is to change the angle of the solar panel. But one nice thing, coming outside again, hello. One nice thing about that is because the hut, this side of the hut now faces south, so the sunshine is, you know, going to be on that side of the tin roof all afternoon. So all I can do, what I can do is disconnect the panel from up there and then rejig it so the panel sits on the curve of the roof, which will be absolutely magic. That'll do a great job, so it won't have to stand up like it did before to get the best angle on the sun. It can just be in line with the roof, which is marvellous. So that'll make that much neater, so that's all good. I'll get this bit seeded. When we get a bit of rain, I'll get some seed on here and get that back to grass. That'll come back pretty quick. And the Acer, the little Acer at the door there, bless it, that's survived the move quite well, and actually the tin roof should give that quite a lot of watering, and it's still getting plenty of sunshine there, so I'm quite pleased about that. And there's my little dog, who is definitely ready to go home. Bless her, she's had a busy day. As ever, friends, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, thumbs it up. If you didn't enjoy it, thumbs it down. Comments, good and bad, always welcome. And tell your friends. You know where I am, but do they? Tell your friends, and I'll see you soon for more good times down at Old Allen's.